Chunky rail with rich rufous coloration, and a gray patch on the face, found on the floor of eastern and northern rainforest, though it nests in trees, usually in pairs or small groups, very shy, and looks almost like a mammal when scurrying away from disturbance. Most common call is a long, ringing series of keo notes, also gives deep grunts and an explosive chalk call, similar to brown mesite, but chunkier and shorter-tailed, with darker underparts. Told from Singi-wood rail by range, smaller than white-throated rail, with a shorter bill and a much smaller white throat patch. Chunky rail-like bird with rich rufous coloration, found on the floor of dry forest in and adjacent to the limestone karst Singi of the Maraha and Binka, usually in pairs or small groups, very shy, and looks almost like a mammal when scurrying away from disturbance. Most common call is a long, ringing series of taio notes, also gives deep grunts, within its small range, only likely to be confused with white-throated rail, but smaller, with a shorter bill, and a much smaller white throat patch. A smallish rail of montane forest, deep chestnut color. Male has a chestnut back with some black wing feathers, while the female has all black wings covered with white dots. Flutters wings when alarmed, flashing white dots. Forages very actively, even frantically, tossing leaves and moss aside to uncover invertebrates. Similar to white-striped and forages forest rails, but chestnut is smaller and the male has no white marks or fully dark wings, and female has spotted rear flanks. Calls, harsh raspy notes or squeaks. A medium-sized rail of mid-mountain forest on New Guinea's bird's head, chestnut body, dark wings and back with white markings on, very quick moving and difficult to see. Co-occurs with the similar chestnut forest rail, but the white striped forest rail is slightly larger with barred rear flanks. The male has white streaks rather than a plain back, and female has a slightly bared tail, and is spotted to the back of the neck. Voice, an incessant quacking. A medium-sized rail of montane forest, chestnut body and tail with dark wings. The male Forbes is distinctive, having a plain wing whereas the female has buff spots, similar to chestnut forest rail, but Forbes's rail usually occurs lower, and the female has barred rear flanks instead of pale spots, and buffy rather than whitish spots. Voice, similar quacking to white striped forest rail, and also hoarse and accelerating, quack 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 quack, reminiscent of blue-bearded bee-eater. A relatively small rail, uniformly reddish with brownish wings and back, and a paler reddish chest and face. Female's wings have many buff spots, prefers to run rather than fly, found on floor of montane forest between 1,100 and 2,200 meters of elevation, unique within its range, as no other forest rails overlap in distribution, vocally unknown. Small rail of forest understory, shy and elusive bird that is unlikely to be seen by those not expressly looking for it. Both sexes show a red hood and tail. The rest of the body is black with white spots in the male, and brown with buff barring in the female. Found in the wet understory of thick forest and adjacent scrub and gardens. Call is a series of several hollow hoots, often given repeatedly. Most other flufftails are not found in forest, separated from buff-spotted flufftail by the white spots of the male and the red hood of the female. Small rail of forest understory, extremely shy and elusive bird that is unlikely to be seen unless expressly looking for it. Male has a rufous hood and black back with buff spots. Female plain and brown. Both sexes have a barred tail. Found in the understory of thick forest and adjacent scrub and gardens. Restricted to montane forest over large portions of its range. Call is a long, hollow hoot. Most other flufftails are not found in forest, separated from white-spotted flufftail by the buff spots of the male and the plainer appearance of the female. Small marsh-dwelling rail, shy and elusive bird that is unlikely to be seen unless expressly looking for it. Male has a rufous hood and black body with white streaks. Female plain and brown, found in a variety of thickly vegetated wetlands. Calls are given in series and include a repeated, rising, hulua, a deep, chuaho, and a whining, chia, similar to streaky-breasted flufftail, but male has a darker belly, and female has pale spots rather than scallops on the back. Very rare, small rail of montane marshes. Extremely shy and elusive bird that is unlikely to be seen unless expressly looking for it. Dark on the back with a white belly. Male has a rufous hood. Both sexes show large white wing patches in flight. Known from a handful of shallow high elevation marshes. May be migratory, though its habits are poorly understood. Call is a series of deep, hollow, two-part hoots. Tiny, rare, skulking rail-like bird that is unlikely to be seen unless you're expressly looking for it. At a handful of known sites, male has rich rufous and olive-green color, while female is a subdued dark brown. Found in a few wetlands at middle and high elevations in eastern Madagascar, usually adjacent to Rhine forest. Call is an odd and earthy series of duck calls, sometimes given singly and sometimes in triplets. Longer build than the much more common Madagascar flufftail, and both sexes of slender-billed flufftail have duller coloration. Small rail of grassland habitats. Very shy and elusive bird that is unlikely to be seen unless expressly searched for. Male has a rufous head and black body with heavy white streaks. Female is dark brown with barring below. Found mainly in seasonally flooded grassland, and sometimes in drier grassland. Main call is a simple, repeated hoot. Also gives quicker series of calls with a similar quality. Similar to striped and red-chested flufftails, but males have more white below, with less rufous on the chest than red-chested, and more than striped. Females are darker below. Small rail of wetland habitat, very shy, elusive, and generally rare bird that is unlikely to be seen by those not expressly looking for it. Male has a rufous head, white throat, and black body with white streaks. Female dark brown with spotting below. Found in the understory of wet grassland and marshes, sometimes in forest clearings and edge. The call is a long series of hollow hoots, which slowly speeds up. Male separated from other male flufftails by its white throat. Female very similar to other species, but darker and with large spots on the underparts. Small rail of grassland and heath, very shy and elusive bird, that is unlikely to be seen unless expressly looking for it. Male has a rufous head and black body with heavy white streaks. Female brown with barring and spotting below. Found in fynbos, montane heath, grassland, and locally in wetlands. Call is a series of long, rising, hollow hoots, similar to streaky-headed and red-chested flufftails, but male has less rufous on the chest, and female is paler and more patterned below, usually found in drier habitats than other flufftails. Tiny, skulking rail-like bird that is unlikely to be seen unless you're expressly looking for it. The male is boldly red and black with white stripes, while the female is brownish and much plainer. Found on the ground in forest, scrub, heath, and wetlands in eastern, central, and northern Madagascar. Extremely shy and elusive, and most often detected by voice, a loud and explosive couple of kee-dit calls followed by a very long series of shorter kit notes. Much shorter build than the very rare slender-billed flufftail. All other rails are larger and have different coloration.